Okay, good evening, everyone. This is Rex Taylor, and this is Ark Devotionist. Ark Devotionals. Blah. Sorry, my mouth don't want to talk, but we are in Genesis chapter 47 tonight, and this chapter talks about Joseph and basically getting the land set up for his family. Basically, he told the Pharaoh that his father and brothers are needing their own land right now, which will be the formation of what's going to go on in the not next chapter, but in Exodus. You'll find out what's going on, but anyway, it says that they need their own land because there's like so many of them. So the Pharaoh asks, "Okay, what is their occupation?" And Joseph says, They are shepherds as well as like farmers and stuff. Yeah, basically they would not do this, but like farm and pick and take care of their own flocks and everything. And what is that I'm looking at there? Is that a... Oh, that's a... Okay, that's a Mo Shops. Okay. I don't need that, but... Let's see. And basically, Pharaoh was like, "Your father and brothers have come a long way from where they used to live. So I'll give them that land that you said, which was, oh, let's see. Oh, hold on. For my cuckoo clock to quit running. But you said for them to live in Goshen? I think that's how you pronounce it. Don't ask me to pronounce it, because some of these names are very hard to pronounce at times. And he had them put them in charge of the Pharaoh's own livestock as well. Like they would take care of Pharaoh's livestock as well as their own. Basically, kind of gave them extra work a little, but they seem to not mind it. And then, when Joseph went to introduce his father Jacob to Pharaoh asked, "How old is he?" And Jacob said his pilgrimage was 130. So basically, then Jacob was pretty old. And they have been few and difficult here. And since Jacob was pretty nice, he also blessed Pharaoh and everything for giving him land and everything to live on, and all that will change in Exodus, I'm telling you. And then, but, let's see. Yeah, and after he was promised his own land, that is when a famine hit. Like a famine so bad that... Let's see. Yeah, they were trying to buy grain and they kind of needed food and stuff, but that is when Pharaoh's like, "Well, if you want food, then I can get you food, but it's going to be a price. You might have to give me some of the..." Let's see. Yeah, basically some people wanted some food from Joseph, and Joseph basically said, "You want some food and stuff? Well, you're gonna have to give me some of your livestock and stuff." But hang on. So some of them wound up giving them some livestock to get some food for some other animals that they have. Yeah, so Joseph wound up owning a bunch more of the Egyptian livestock that they had. Yeah, and since Joseph owned a lot of the land and stuff, he also bought it back for the Pharaoh to have, for having him, like I said, keep land and stuff, and for giving him land and like that. Yeah, and because of this, Pharaoh kind of gave Joseph some seed to help plant their own crops and stuff, and Joseph said, "Now that I have brought you here and your land today for Pharaoh, here is seed for you so you can plant the ground. But when the crop comes in, give a fifth of it to Pharaoh. The other 4/5 you may keep as seed for the fields and as food for yourselves and your house and your children." So basically, as a way to say thanks to Pharaoh, they would give like a fifth of their crop to Pharaoh, like a fifth of their harvest, to Pharaoh. And I can't believe how much I'm collecting here. And so the Israelites settled in the region of Goshen, or Goshen. I still can't pronounce that. Ugh. And basically, when it was time for Jacob to die, he asked one simple favor of his son Joseph: "Do not bury me in Egypt. Do not bury me here. I don't want to be buried here. I want to be buried where I came from, so I can be with my wife Rachel." And Jacob made that promise, and that is a promise that all of the Israelites will intend to keep. Now, let's discuss what's going on here. Okay, so in this chapter we learn about how Pharaoh gave the Israelites their own land as a way to say thank you with Joseph and Jacob for helping them through this tough time and the famines, and later on it will prove to be a kind of a little problem for the Egyptians, as well, for one Pharaoh in particular, not the one in this story, but another one that I don't know if he's a descendant, but we'll find out more. But anyway, basically, because the land was given to them and stuff, they managed to almost take over everything and stuff. And so I'm trying to think what to say now. And basically, because of them having their own land, they multiply and everything like that, and basically become a whole nation. And God blessed them because of how Jacob was the governor and everything, and was friends with Pharaoh at the time. But in the next chapter, we'll learn what Jacob is gonna do when his time when he comes and it's time to bless his grandchildren and stuff. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.